All right, we should be getting underway in really, really soon. Can you feel the countdown?
Rafalj asking, is this a pure meme? Well, you are in for a surprise.
I cannot wait to see what this warm-up pick is. Actually, now think about it, I know that we did a prediction for the United States versus Sweden, but did we do a prediction for Germany, Spain?
I'd say Germany has the stronger edge here. In terms of competent, like truly stellar players, I would say Germany has 2, whereas Spain has 1. That's my opinion. But obviously, I'm not super familiar with the whole Spain roster. So who knows, some of them may turn out to be hidden monsters, or you know, you never know until you really see. I mean, earlier today we had Indonesia versus Chile, and Indonesia being a lower seed, yet still managed to take the match away from Chile. So,
this song is literally pure meme. I'm sorry.
It's America's warm-up then, I'm guessing.
It's so good. I agree, Twitch chat. Taiko Nader is the best Nader.
Taiko Nader was pretty genius.
Taikonator, the best Taiko mascot ever to grace this this community.
And the countdown is begun. We are literally seconds away from this match. Good old United States versus Sweden. Looks like the US might have the advantage, but it's nobody's court yet. I am not going to call any match this weekend after seeing that crazy match we saw at the beginning of this tournament.
So how many songs do you actually know in this?
All of them.
Do you really know all of them?
Except the backing song that it's back to. All the cuts I know, but and I feel like I know the song, but it's on the tip of my tongue.
That song is the opening from what's that? No Come, but I can't actually remember the name of the song. God damn it.
It's all good, but yeah, I don't know the actual song that they've got it set to, but every other song that they're using the meme in it, I know. Like the first part was DMX, then it's Snoop Dogg, then Sum 41. Like, I literally know all these. It's great. And it's got the Bill 9 Science Guy Bill chant, too. And some Slipknot.
Detroit.
Yes.
Apparently you're a true American.
Well, I mean, it's got Little John and the East Side Boys, too. I literally know every single one. Yeah, true American. America! If America did not pick this warm-up, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed. And I might have to go to Sweden and give them all of my love, because this is golden.
Aha, I just looked it up. The name of the backing song is called Athlia Saga. Can't believe I forgot about that, but...
And they got Linkin Park in here. Jeez. What don't they have? All right, we should be getting going in just a moment. Oh, and Dragon Force. There's Dragon Force in here. Oh, and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I think there's literally one line from Lazy Town and Offspring. And I think
this is
line
just a compilation of the greatest things in this world.
Dude, kinda. I'm so ready for this warm-up to start.
I have a feeling we'll be seeing this warm-up quite a lot, actually.
All right, here. Whoa, that background.
Background.
I should have expected it, though.
All right, so I think now's as good a time as any to bring a bit of background for both teams. So on the left, we have the United States, the top seed of one of the top seeds in this tournament, led by Michio, formerly known as currently the highest ranked non-Japanese player global. So he's known as by many as the convert farmer, but that should not well, while he is known as a convert farmer, that just betrays what people think about his skill. In truth, Michio is actually an incredibly capable player, and you can see he's currently the only one holding onto the full combo, and he is very incredibly consistent. And you can see he's holding onto that 99.9% accuracy. Moving on, we have J Drago, 14. A recent addition to the United States ranks. Zetrop, have you heard of J Drago?
I have not, but I am very interested in learning more about him.
So J Drago is a recent rising star in taiko. I believe he joined a little over a year ago, actually. And since then, he has soared incredibly quickly. I believe he's almost reached 8,000 PP, if not already. So J Drago is capable of playing all the mods incredibly well.
Okay, so
he is a full alt player.
Yes, he joined in January 2016. And he has 7,944 PP, putting him at rank 119 overall, 6th in the United States.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's incredibly capable. I'm sure we'll be seeing him lots in this match.
I'm sad. Go ahead.
Why are you sad?
Michio literally, or Nidoking, however you want to say it, he did all those ninja notes fine and then just crap missed.
Oh dear. Moving on, we have Das, who is one of the veteran players in the US. He specializes in the hidden mod, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, he's definitely very capable as well. Now, moving over onto Sweden, we have Rafauge, as I believe that's how it's pronounced. I have definitely heard lots of people butcher his name. But Rafauge is a very capable hard rock player. He has around 7,500 PP off the top of my head. So he's capable of playing double time and hard rock. Then we have, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Okay, is from. Oh wow, what was that? Okay, is again very strong. He plays the hidden mod. He's proficient in that mod, and presumably he can play no mod and double time fairly well as well. Then moving on to Carl Johan. That's probably how it's pronounced. He is 6 in Sweden, and he's appears to be quite skilled in no mod and double time. He's got fairly good accuracy overall. So yeah, quite an interesting matchup.
Yeah, this should be pretty interesting. I mean, in no ways can you really use that first warm-up as something to really base the US team off of. It looks like they all had a little bit of practice on that, especially with the ninja sections where those notes just came out of nowhere. They managed to do those pretty easily.
When it comes down to it, it's all about the tournament. I think the warm-up is just a great place to showcase what people have been up to outside, like in the community, basically. Just see what popular maps are being made, special, unique styles, that sort of stuff. And here we have, I believe, Sweden going for beautiful lolly thing as their warm-up.
Oh boy. I actually turned away from it, so I just noticed. I just noticed the core shit. I can only imagine what brutal map awaits for this. Because by my track record, I have yet to see an easy core shit map.
Alright, hopefully this time around we get to talk about the map rather than the players themselves. Although, at the Twitch chat, if you would like to hear more about the rosters, do shout out, and I'll try my best to elaborate on that.
Alright, so let's see if we can get a map breakdown of this one, shall we? Have you played this one before?
I have not played this map before.
Ooh. All I know is I'm expecting this to be very annoying and hard.
Yeah, but we didn't see US just showing off their consistency with, well, a triple double S. Freeway double S, and then on Sweden's side we have 2 players going for mods, and that would be Rafoud and going for Hard Rock and Hidden respectively, and that gives them the score advantage because they have a bonus 6% to add on top of their score, even if they are not holding the same accuracy. So in the Twitch section, Cryptozoologic asks, how do they pick the maps? And so right now we're in the warm-up stage, and so each team is free to pick one warm-up, whatever map they please, provided that it's not too long or offensive, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Not only that, it also gives them a chance to show off a little bit of their personal flair, what their strengths and or weaknesses might be, but sometimes it's also just reserved for hardcore memeing. That's okay.
I know some countries who go serious even with the warm-ups. They try and pick maps that would try and undermine the opponent and kind of figuring out what their weak spots are, and from there make their map pool selection from there. So yeah, I mean, warm-ups are definitely an important stage.
If you're wondering how the actual map pools are selected though, there will be normally like 2 or 3 map selectors who will pick the maps for each stage, and they basically have to say in what the players will be playing.
Let's be honest, we just smack around on Asaki Hito till he gives us a map pool, right?
Well, Taiko, yeah, the other very different. I imagine Dave will probably be doing the one for Oscatch. For Mania, we normally just bring Kamikaze out of the dungeon. I think standard basically changes like every year.
I remember I got to help with standard one year. It was fun.
Jeez.
All right, and it looks like the warm-ups are done. Pretty close, actually, for something that Sweden picked there. They did lose out to that, but it was actually a lot more closer of a battle than I was expecting. So hopefully we'll see some really intense matches as we go on.
All right, with the rolls in, looks like Sweden has won the roll, with Rafauj rolling a spectacular 94 points.
Yeah, that's OP.
That was broken. He must be cheating. Clearly, he must have rigged the rolls.
No, I mean, that seems right. I mean, when do the United States ever win a roll?
Never.
True.
You know, they've probably won more World Cups than they have rolls.
Wow. Dude, normally I can't stand worship music, but this one actually sounds pretty decent. And I'm pretty sure somewhere out there, Locktap cries because I said this sounded decent.
So it looks like America has gone to ban, surprise, surprise, drum roll, Slip. Yeah, definitely Slip is one of the trickier hidden picks with a lot of I don't even know where to begin with describing that map.
Huh? I don't know. I had a chuckle from Locktap there. That is interesting. I should have assumed though. I should have assumed that he actually likes Scoreship, but this song for him is just bad.
Alright, looks like Sweden has banned the other hidden pick in the map pool, and so with Slit and Havok's ban, the only chance we'll be seeing any players play hidden is in the free mod bracket.
I'm surprised we really haven't gotten on a roll with the puns yet. Pretty sure we could drum some up, right?
Ha ha. Alright. Looks like Sweden has gone for Distorv, which is, I believe, one of the first times we've ever seen this being picked in the group stage. Deadbeat Z-Truck, correct me if I'm wrong there.
That would be a deadbeat thing right there. Good old deadbeat.
What's the me thing?
Distorv, this is the first time Distorv has been picked.
Probably.
Well, Distorv is an interesting map because it's actually one of the few maps that's over 5 minutes, and that's something you don't normally see in a regular pick. That's something normally reserved for tiebreaker picks. But yeah, Distorv is a very long map, and as a free mod pick, those playing with mods, a la Hidden... Wait, actually, yeah, Hidden or Hard Rock definitely have an advantage in the long run if they can maintain consistency throughout the map.
So, Magnemizer, kind of to what our little discussion was before this match, kind of lines in with this. With this being a 5-minute song, do you think stamina might actually come into play here at all? Or do you think it's going to be relatively easy as long as you've got the patterns down?
Well, Distorv as a map in itself is not particularly tough, but it's more of a concentration game, this one. So, I mean, the longer the map is, the more time there is for you to just make a mistake. That's why we see so many, so few full combos on longer maps in general. So yeah, especially if any of the players are going for Hidden or Hard Rock, they'll have to put in that extra focus to, well, just maintain consistency throughout the map. but stamina isn't an issue.
All right, this should be pretty interesting then for our first map. We're going to have quite a bit of a long one, boys.
Also, this map is interesting in the sense that it has some very tricky to read slider velocity changes. So we'll be seeing notes overlap all over the place, and it's going to take, well, as I said before, extra focus to read them well, and it's going to be made even harder if any of them decide to go for a mod. Alright, looks like all players are off to a start. With Catgirl going for Hard Rock, Catgirl and Rafalge going for Hard Rock, and Shy Guy and going for Hidden. And the rest no mod. This is going to be exciting. So yeah, both teams are going off to a good start. We can see the score flipping back and forth. But we have a drop from Carl Johan there, and that's going to give the lead over to the United States.
Ia is going to find a drop as well. Not going to do too good for Sweden, but still only 2 drops here, and that is not as hurtful as... Whoa, what? Well, that just happened.
There are quite a few interesting bits in this map. As I said, there are going to be objects overlapping each other, and it does require some kind of practice beforehand to be able to play this map well. So yeah, we see, so all players are doing fairly well with the exception of Carl Johan, who seems to be lagging behind just a tad bit, and that gives a score lead of 60,000 points-ish in favor of the United States.
Yeah, the U.S. being able to full combo all 3 of them up to this point is definitely a good place that they want to be here. Das was hitting a little bit early there later, but definitely fixed that up and got his timing pretty centralized.
Yeah, but Sweden are still holding fairly strong. They're not trailing too far behind, and there is still well over 2/3 of the map left to go, given that this is a very long map. And I'd just like to point out that there is a very peculiar symmetry to how the players are laid out. It's like a mirror down the middle.
You are correct. Except for Shy Guy having Hidden and Carl Johan having no mod there.
No, I mean like if you put a mirror
down the middle.
You're
right. Okay.
It kind of...
You are correct.
Yeah, but as the song progresses along, the gap widens to about 150,000 points score difference. Yeah, but the US doing incredibly well, just holding onto 3 full combos. Rafalge having the highest combo in Sweden so far, at above 1,000. But yeah, I mean, it's all a team effort, and it seems that Rafalge is the only one who's currently on par with the United States at the current moment.
Very true. I mean, and the fact that they've managed to hold full combos, all 3 of them, all the way up to almost the, I'd say it's well over the 50% mark, but we're not close to the 75 yet.
But we can see the accuracy buff that Score V2 has. If you look carefully at Rafalge's score, you can see that it's quite a bit higher than Catgirl's score, but even though Rafalge missed earlier on, because of his just superior accuracy, he has a significant lead over Catgirl. So that's Score V2 for you.
Yeah, not to mention that Hard Rock is going to give him that extra little boost as well. And Hard Rock's all about accuracy.
Alright, we're at about the 3/4 point in this map. And the score difference has widened to almost 200, a 250,000 points now.
Yeah, and I mean, Das and Shy Guy did find a miss there, but Catgirl's still going incredibly strong with the 2K combo and rising.
But currently, it looks like Rafalge has the highest score in the entire room. And a miss from Catgirl there.
Just a quick heads up over in Germany vs Spain, because I think I did actually miss it. So Germany banned out responsibility response and Spain banned out slit. And currently Germany are at 1-0 after taking the point off Dynamite.
Well, yeah, and that concludes the first point.
Yep, and that is going to go over to the United States. That'll be 1-0 in favor of the U.S. Everybody pulling an A rank there with respectable accuracies all around the board. It does look like Carl Johan had a little bit of problems on Sweden's side, and that is unfortunate. Ralphage, though, holding a very impressive 99.57%. Only being beat out by Das, just barely on the opposing team.
But yeah, United States, definitely a strong showing. All of them averaging at about 1 million score each. Oh, and while Rafalge was the highest score, had the highest score in the room, the rest of his teammates just couldn't quite keep up. And yeah, when it comes down to it, it's a team effort. And we'll just have to see how Sweden responds to this. Oh, I do apologize. I do mean United States, because that was Sweden's pick, I believe? Yeah.
You are correct, because we are the masters of losing roles. All right, and it looks like the U.S. has swapped in Michio and J Drago 14.
Yeah, swapping out Das and who was it again? I can't remember. There are too many usernames being thrown around. But yeah, Michio and J Drago.
Shy Guy.
Oh yeah, Shy Guy, of course. Swapping them out for Michio and J Drago. For the next pick, which is, you know, to be honest, I've never actually considered how to pronounce the name of the song. Have you?
Is it Zai?
Well, it's IX, so I'm not sure if it's 9 or if it's X. But
X or 9. One of the two.
oh well. The Japanese on the left, it would seem to say something about hot something. I can't read that, it's too small. It's probably some kind of feud, hot battle, something like that. My Chinese isn't the greatest in the world, Japanese, but the kanji appears to be something about, you know, and the background does kind of match that. I mean, it's like flames and stuff, so.
Looks like a supernova exploding or something.
Anyway, so we have no swaps on the Sweden side, and Michio and J Drago coming in for the United States. This map is definitely one of the trickier picks. Its SR is just under 7 stars, I believe.
Would this be one of the maps that's a little bit more bloated due to a couple difficult patterns, or would you say this one is warranted of its SR?
The former. So certain patterns are bloated up, but by no means am I saying they're easy patterns. But the majority of the map is actually fairly simple streams, as you're seeing right now. But there are certain sections that are quite tricky, and that will be the deciding factor between to show which team is the stronger of the two. And yeah, as we can see that Sweden had a triple drop on one of the 1-6 sections, whereas the United States all held on. And that definitely hurt them.
Yeah, Drago actually going to find some issues there as well with Catgirl out on those really long streams there. But the damage is not too severe as they will keep that lead by quite a large margin.
I'd just like to point out Catgirl is a DDKK player. So with monocolor streams, he's going to have a bit of trouble in terms of speed. But when it's all said and done, I mean, it's not a huge crater. The score difference is already at 300,000 and there's less than a quarter of the map left to go. And as we are about to head for one of the trickiest 1-6 pattern in the entire map, and we see only Nidaking and still holding on to full combo.
Yeah, Carl just tanked that last section near the end.
I believe he failed that map.
Yeah, I mean, that last bit just drained him completely.
With no locking, definitely very tricky. But looks like Nidaking was the only person in the room to full combo. Being the best player on Sweden's side with only 14 misses, which is slightly better. Although in terms of score, not as just missing out under J Drago. So it looks like everyone on the United States side. Oh no, sorry, my apologies. Catgirl did get a lower score than J Drago there. So yeah, definitely a clear, decisive victory for the US.
All right, so that is going to be a second victory for the U.S. boys there, bringing that 2-0 in favor of the United States. Hopefully we will see a retaliation here from Sweden as the ball is back in their court. They have the ability to pick the next map. Will it be the map that gets them their first point and puts them on the board, or will the U.S. take yet another pick from Sweden? All right, and it looks like the next song that we're going to be looking at is Responsibility Response.
So Ztrot, how are you finding the tournament so far?
I'm quite enjoying it. I really enjoyed this morning's matches. We got off to a little bit of a rocky start, but I think things are starting to go pretty per course. I mean, I'm kind of hoping for a little bit more of a retaliation here from Sweden, and I hope they can deliver. I do believe they can. I mean, these scores are pretty close. It just seems like the maps that are getting picked here, that it's just one of their team members that are really struggling there. And whether it be Carl or Ralphage really struggled with the last one, if I'm not mistaken. But if they can consistently battle it out, they might have a chance here on the U.S., at least for a point. I don't know about entirely being able to win it. It does look like the U.S. is really stacked here, and they're bringing in the big guns right off the bat.
Okay, so speaking of retaliation, Spain got a point off Germany, so it's 1-1. So that's something.
That is something.
Give me Ross on Hard Rock pick Mud Pie.
My face when we don't get to see the 1-1, but it's okay, as Deadbeat will keep us updated on that match how it turns out. As these are both going around the same time, so we have the U.S. versus Sweden, which we are watching now, and which we'll be getting into their next map absolutely now. And in the background, we have Germany versus Spain still going strong. I do believe you can get the MP links for the matches if you want to keep up with them as well. And remember, the MP link is always going to have the up-to-date information right as it comes out. So you might be, if you're watching this stream and you don't want spoilers, I don't suggest looking at the MP link.
Yeah, if you guys do need the MP commands, it's just exclamation MP. I try to keep that up to date as much as I can.
Okay, so now coming right out of the gate, I noticed that Catgirl and J-Drago are both using mods here, and we see Sweden taking a little bit more of a safety approach here. Ralphage taking Hard Rock and doing incredibly well with it so far. But if J-Drago and Catgirl can manage to just stay there and hold that combo, the mod advantage is going to be very apparent.
Yeah, this is actually one of the more common free mods, actually.
Yeah, and one of the main key things here is this map is absolutely loaded to the brim with finishers, and with Score v2, finishers are very important. You can't do as you used to, and I know I'm definitely to blame for playing like that. You can't just click the finishers like you normally would. Well, you can, but you're not going to get nearly as much score. So really how you're going to do well with this one, and the key to victory, is maintaining those finishers and getting as much score as possible. Yeah, but the US holding strong with its double mod combo, well, 3 mod combo actually. Now that I look at it, I did not notice that Nidoking was using Hard Rock. That's a little bit out of character if I'm not mistaken. Don't they really rock Hidden a lot more than Hard Rock?
No, I have to fill you in on that one, sorry.
Nah, that's no problem. I'm gonna assume that. Twitch chat, please let me know if I am incorrect. But I'm pretty sure Nidoking likes his Hidden more than his Hard Rock. But it doesn't seem to be stopping him too much, as he is playing absolutely great.
Well, the thing about this map is that towards the third quarter mark, there is a very slow slider velocity section that is made extremely difficult to read with just Hidden and requires some level of memorization, unless you're capable of reading potentially 110 BPM Hidden, which is something that very, very few players can do. So even if Nidoking or Michio is more comfortable with going with Hidden, Hard Rock is definitely the easier mod to go with here.
Alright, so he can rock both mods easily as respectable. So, mod blurb.
As someone in the top 10 global, it would be unexpected for someone to not be able to have at least some mastery over all the mods.
But wouldn't that be crazy if there was the top 10 guy that could literally only play like one mod?
There is one person in the top 10 who can only play one mod.
Okay, so it's not impossible. That's good to know.
It's not impossible. But they must have at least some experience with it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you don't get that high on leaderboards and get that much performance points from just rocking a single mod.
Yeah, but definitely a decisive victory for the US once again. Catgirl getting that extra 1.12 times score multiplier with Hidden Hard Rock and getting over 1.1 million score.
Dude, literally almost getting a perfect on that. Only having 900s, and holy crap, that's really close to a perfect 12, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, very close.
But yeah, all players on the US side getting over 1 million score. And with Rafalge being the only one going for a mod, he was the only one to get above 1 million.
All right, and it looks like we're going to be moving right over to Mudpie. And this is potential match point for the US. If they can take away this map from Sweden, they will win this one clean sweep 4-0. Sweden really has to use this last map as their shining chance to get on the board. Oh wait, they want to. I read that wrong. They would like to, but that is not really their pull on that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because this is the US's pick that's coming up. Oh, and they're gonna do it. That's awesome. Good sports. Very confident too from the US to be able to just lock in a pick that Sweden wanted.
But given that United States have a plethora of strong hard rock players, whereas the only strong hard rock player from Sweden is Rafal, United States are right to be confident. They've got Cat Girl, who's predominantly a hard rock player, Jay Drago, who can do that well. Who else do they have? I mean, they could literally take any one of their other players, and they would be able to do just as well.
All right, and we're about to get underway. I agree, Twitch chat. This background is absolutely amazing.
It's a mud pie.
But that kind of sounds gross when I think about it. Like an actual mud pie? No, thank you.
Anyway, so yeah, both teams off to a fairly good start, although the United States slowly starting to trail the lead. Actually, fairly quickly, with drops coming from the Sweden side. A lot of drops.
Carl just not having a good time.
But already the lead has extended to 60,000 points, which is quite scary given how long this map actually is. Now we enter the increased slider velocity section, and definitely we'll be expecting to see a lot more misses from both teams, in fact. And we see lots of misses from Sweden's side. I'm surprised to see misses from Rafal. I mean, while he's actually keeping fairly good combo, it seems like is the one who's doing better in hard rock. And we may see a case of Carl Johan maybe failing the map, potentially. What are your thoughts on that, V-Trop?
Dude, Carl's going to have a really hard time recovering here. I mean, we're about halfway through the song. It is going to get to the slowdown section. You might be able to gain some HP here, but it is not looking good for Carl. I mean, the HP is really low, and I don't know if there's really enough time for him to recover. I mean, he'd have to almost play perfectly from this point on.
He definitely has the room to recover. Whether or not, it all depends on how well he plays in the coming section. If he fails the map, it's definitely over for Sweden's side, though. Yeah, but it's interesting to note that everyone has missed already in this map, which just goes to show the difficulty of the map. We have top seeds missing all over the place even. This is definitely a challenging pick. The one that favors the United States is they're better able to cope the complicated patterns present in the map. And with that, it looks like Carl Johan has failed the map, unfortunately, giving a massive score deficit of well over 1 million points in favor of the United States. And yeah, looks like the United States has taken the 4th point, resulting in a clean sweep.
All right, that is a good victory there for the U.S. Good job, and great job for Sweden putting up an excellent fight.